So we're on step number 7. First thing you're going to do is select a diffuser. So go into the reflective ceiling and select a diffuser. You should then have let's try that again. Both mine's hidden. You guys have system? Sorry? I can't see mine. Ah, there it is. So we're going to click on Create System. This is our supply, and we can call this something. Just leave it by default, Mechanical Supply System 1. Okay? And then click on Open in Editor. Yeah, sorry, it's like, it's the dialogue, like on mine, it might look different than yours, but it's this pull down, it gets right there. Does it look different on yours? Is it? I know, sorry, I was even confused there because it looked different. How does it look on yours? Yeah, weird, huh? Okay. So we want to say open in system, okay? Open in system editor. Because we got to add now to the system. Okay? Supply air, yes. They're diffusers, so it's smart. Knows what we want. Okay, once we get here, we're in our system editor, okay? So we want to add to the system. So we want to add the other diffusers. So we're going to click on Add to System. And we're going to go and select the other diffusers. Just clicking on them with your, just click. When I say, left click, which is regular click. Just put them. Okay, so we get our 5. The next thing is we're going to select equipment. We can't see our equipment right now, right? So let's go to the basement. We can maneuver through our views. Click on basement. And then go back to select system. We'll deactivate it. And then pick the mechanical equipment. So if you switch views, you have to go back to select equipment. Pick the mechanical equipment. Go try a 3D view. So if you go to view, Snoopy House, you can also select equipment and pick it through there. Yeah? And then we're going to click Finish Editing System. Okay? That worked? It just creates now. It ties those diffusers to that air handler. We'll see in a minute. We're going to now create the duct system. So when you guys create so eventually we can use, is this this is sitting in the basement. So we're seeing the basement retaining wall? Basement wall, concrete wall. If it's not down there, you can move it down there. You can leave it up there for now too. I mean, this is to get you guys ready. So basically what we're doing is, no wonder they left it here. So now we create the duct system. So now this is where it gets tricky. So what we're going to do is, we can do this in this we want to do in a 3D view. And it's going to take a little finessing. So I would go into a 3D view, make sure it's set up to be, go into 3D view, make sure it's set up to be discipline mechanical. Select one of the diffusers. Just need to select one. And then under layout, you'll have generate layout. This will generate a layout for us, okay? Now just go slow on this because there's many sort of tweaks we have to do for this thing. You guys find it? So we click on Generate Layout, and you should see automatically a sort of network of lines coming from the supply to our ductwork. I think it just crashed. You guys see like something like this?
How do you make it move?
Shift right click and hold down the right click. Hold down the right button. I know, I hate it. Every software has its own thing, you know? So right now, is everybody's main run like under the floor like this? So what's happening right now, we're supplying our diffusers through the bottom. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. So just let's take it step by step. All right. Got to start thinking. All right, so that's problematic, right? We can't have ducts going through the floor, feeding the top of this thing. Not going to work, right? So we have to set offsets. So we have to decide what our offset is from where the equipment is sitting. Okay, so the equipment is sitting on the basement, and the offset is probably set to like 8 feet or something. But we need to offset it all the way into the plenum. Okay, so I'll cancel this at this point. Okay, and just you guys watch. Okay, we'll look at what the numbers should be. So I'm going to cancel this. Sure. And then we're going to go into a section. And why do I want to go in a section? Well, I want to see, like, what's my plenum? Like, what's my offset from here to maybe, in this case, we'll start at the center of our plenum, approximately, right? So we want the ductwork to be placed somewhere in there. Now, typically, where do you guys like putting this stuff? High or low? You know? Who works out? Who's done these layouts in the past? Anybody? High, low? The middle, see? Yeah. Everybody hates you guys then because like took up the whole space. Well, you guys design everything. So when I work on projects, we usually do it on the fly, right? So the mechanical, contractor decides where to put it, and then the electrician comes, and then nothing works, right? Or the electrician comes in first and puts the pipes right down the middle, and then he's pulling it all out the next day. So this is the world that's my world. The great thing about software, you guys, you can lay this all out. So if there is a critical height, the whole idea behind this is, well, eventually, it's going to create all the ductwork. We can send that and make shop drawings, and every piece can be made. All right, so this is the power of the software. So the coordination, and we can put the pipes, we can put all the electrical pipes in, all the water pipes, and know where everything's running, even though very diagrammatic. But with the ductwork, we can actually we know what the duct is, we know how long it is, we can fabricate everything. So that's the trend, right? And the stuff just shows up the day of it gets installed, right? From, so stuff is being produced, a couple days ahead of time. When needed, like a car goes together. So that's the plan. We'll see. It doesn't always work that way because, everybody has their own idea. So coordination, this is what this software helps. So let's look at the middle. So what we're going to do is, if we go to, cancel and watch. So modify, we can take a measurement. So under modify, we have a measure. And we can get to, in this case, approximately the middle. So our offset would be like 21 foot 6, okay? Approximately. So this is what our offset's going to be set to. So we need to remember that number, 21 foot 6 inches, right? So we can hit it in the right location. When you guys are working on your own project, you will be doing this, okay? There will be a plenum.
How do you find that?
So if you go to section, so first, are you in a section? Under modify, there's a little tape ruler. Are you in a section? If you're in a 3D view or something, it probably won't let you. Should let you.
There should be a unit.
Yeah, this little stick here. Measure.
Okay.
Click at the bottom, click at the top. You guys can try to find it. I mean, you didn't have to do this. Click in the basement. So find the basement. So click to the floor of the basement. Yeah, you're still in the basement. So you're measuring from zero to So guys, we're measuring from, the 0 to, approximately the middle. And 21'6" should work, okay? So now let's go back to the 3D view. I'm going to go ahead and pick again one of the diffusers. And then I'm going to click on layout, generate layout. Okay? So just keep it there. And you can see we're down here. Under generate layout, there's this solution type, networks. We'll look at this, but there's settings. Okay? So click on settings. And you can see the offset right now is set to 9. So there's a main and then there's branch. So we're going to change the offset to what? 21'6", right? So if you select one diffuser on the 3D view, section, when I made the measurement, 3D view, select the diffuser, and then go to layout, generate layout, and then setting. Trust me, guys, I know it takes a while, especially, I mean, there's so many buttons. Yeah, no, not yet. Don't hit OK. That's why I said we're going to go real slow. There's a lot of settings. So I'm going to go really slow. So my advice is, look what I'm doing. I'm going to pause, and then you do it. Otherwise, I'll lose you guys. So everybody look up here. This is going to be the best way. Let's look up here. Because I'm in main right now, okay? So this is the main branch. By default, it's set to oval duct. We're going to set this. See, we get all these nice settings now. Before we didn't have this. We're going to do rectangular duct. Let's just do mitered elbows with taps. If you do not have all of those, you did not load your settings incorrectly. So let me go over that. So everybody just hang tight where you're at. If you do not have this, hit cancel. I want you to go to view. I want you to verify that you still have your project open. Your project 1, the one that we opened. Did you? Yeah. I can come over. Is there many of you, or I'll just do it up here then, because I can't tell. You have this. If you have this open, you need to go to manage. You got to get out of your layout, so hit cancel for the layout. You have to go then to manage, and then you got to transfer your project standards. And if that still doesn't work, just follow along, okay? Transfer project standards, you got to go through this process we did. Okay. Okay. So you guys don't, so we select this, we generate, you guys have that. You can select anyone, it doesn't really matter. Generate. And then we go to our settings. 21.6. And then here where it says duct type, for oval, we select rectangular, mitered elbows, taps. So you should have that now, everyone? Yeah. We're not done. Don't hit OK. We got a long way to go. Oh, that OK button is... Well, we don't have a long way to go. We have one more. So now we got to go to branch. Okay? So branch, duct type, offset, same stuff. 21'6". For now, we'll see if we need to adjust that. We're going to switch this to rectangular duct, mitered elbows, taps. Flex duct type. We'll do flex duct. What code? What's the longest you can have by code? All right, just making sure. 6. I'm not a huge fan of flexible duct, but for those little connections, it's the cheapest thing to do. You know. So, all right. Now we can hit OK. Now we're still not done. Don't hit anything else. Just hang in there. Should pop up like this. Did yours pop up? Okay. Shift right click. We can zoom around. We can see where we're at. Now this is where things get a little interesting because we can start manipulating this. By default, the network might seem to be working well. What's the problem you guys envision? The return duct is right in the middle. All right. So that may be an issue. We can always move that around. There's a couple other things right now. We have this weird sort of bend here on the main, right? So this is where we can start finessing this thing, okay? So if we click on Edit Layout, we can pick these individually and start moving them around, okay? So I can pick that and move it. So I'm highlighting that edge and then I'm moving it. And see how it's snapping? So now that's a straight run. And I can move these as well. So I can straighten it all out. So I go to edit. I pick a line. It will automatically snap. As I get close to the other line, it'll want to snap to it. So as I get close to that edge, it's just going to want to automatically get stuck, or momentarily stuck there. Is that working for you guys? Okay. Do you click Edit Layout? You then come here with your magnifying glass and click on one line. You have to grab the little move command. That's probably what you're missing. Sorry. You guys are, it's like, you know, surgery, this software. Pick the wrong button. So you got to grab the little, you have to grab that little move icon. Haven't seen that one. Go check it out.
Right, that's what I'm saying, I need to do this. That is too bad, I'd be fine. Let me see, it's not. But when we put this in,
Click on edit layout, and then you get a little magnifying line, we'll click on a line and guys, this will take some finessing. Okay, so the reason why is you'll see like all the possibilities. So guys, this will be the hardest part, like to finesse. So let's look at some other possibilities. Because this, we can do this and we'll see what problems we run into. So when you ask like how do you lay out diffusers, a lot of it happens how are you going to be able to supply those diffusers? Because you might not want them lined up. Because especially if you're doing taps, like if you're trying to tap into something, you might run into problems. Might not have be enough material there. So these are the issues we're going to run into. So if we go back, so everybody do this. You move this around. Let's go back to solutions. And you see solution type. Under here we have different sort of preliminary solutions. So if we go back to network, we have 6 options. So they give you options. They try to help you. So if we toggle through these, they'll show you different possibilities. Oh, that one looks pretty good. Huh? That one looks pretty good. Yeah. Did you do it for both? So for main and? That can't be possible. Then you might have put your diffusers on the floor. Sorry, I didn't catch that earlier. Don't worry about it. Just watch. You'll do this on your own. So this should work. The only issue we might run into is the clearance here, like to connect. Like there might not be enough room to get a. But did everybody get this one? No?
No.